You walk around this building and everyone is so supportive and so excited about what is happening with the Fever.
A quiet yet historic transformation is unfolding in Indianapolis, and it's easy to overlook just how remarkable it truly is. The Indiana Fever didn't simply experience a busy offseason. They meticulously assembled what could become the most dangerous roster in the franchise's history, constructing it piece by piece and move by move within just a matter of days. Now that everything has settled, it's time to examine what transpired, why it holds such significance, and whether this team genuinely has the potential to end the WNBA's prolonged championship drought for the Fever. To fully grasp what Indiana is building today, we must revisit where this story truly began, because their present ambitions cannot be understood without acknowledging the adversity they endured only a season ago. The 2025 WNBA season was expected to be the moment when everything finally aligned for the Indiana Fever, as Caitlin Clark, widely regarded as the most electrifying player to ever enter the league, stepped into her second professional season amid immense excitement and sky-high expectations. However, that optimism quickly unraveled when a devastating groin injury sidelined Clark after just 13 games, a setback significant enough to shatter the momentum and spirit of a young and hopeful team. From the moment that injury report surfaced, every pundit, analyst, and talking head immediately counted Indiana out, but what followed became one of the most extraordinary stretches of basketball witnessed in recent years. Fueled by sheer determination and resilience, the Fever's remaining players somehow willed themselves into the playoffs, where they stunned the Atlanta Dream in the opening round and then pushed the defending Las Vegas Aces to a dramatic winner-take-all Game 5 in the WNBA semifinals. Although the Aces ultimately prevailed in overtime with a 107-98 victory, the statement delivered by that battered and short-handed Fever squad resonated powerfully across the league. Just imagine the impact once this team is fully equipped. That inspiring postseason run did more than generate momentum. It provided the front office with a clear mandate. General Manager Amber Cox entered the offseason with a singular objective, not merely to reload the roster, but to construct a team truly capable of going all the way, beginning with the pivotal Supermax move that set everything in motion. Without a moment's hesitation, Amber Cox executed the most critical move of the offseason, ensuring that Kelsey Mitchell remained the cornerstone of Indiana's future. A three-time WNBA All-Star, first-team All-WNBA selection, and the driving force who kept the Fever competitive during Caitlin Clark's absence, Mitchell was unquestionably the franchise's top priority. During the 2025 season, she delivered a historic performance, averaging a franchise record 20.2 points per game while Clark watched from the sidelines, solidifying her role as the team's lifeline. Cox made it abundantly clear to the entire league that Mitchell was not going anywhere, finalizing the deal the moment the signing window opened on April 11th. Mitchell secured a one-year Supermax contract worth $1.4 million, making her the highest-paid player in Indiana Fever history. Under the new WNBA collective bargaining agreement, which raised the salary cap to $7 million, the Supermax represents 20% of that figure, and Mitchell has proven she is worth every cent. What truly set this signing apart, however, was not just the financial commitment but the unmistakable public support from Clark herself. During a nationally televised NBC broadcast, Clark emphasized that re-signing Mitchell was not merely a priority, it was the first priority, signaling a powerful alignment between the franchise's superstar and its front office. This unity, with no separation between leadership and talent, forms the very foundation upon which championships are built, and the momentum generated after Mitchell's signature would ultimately set the tone for everything that followed, beginning with Lexi Hull's inspiring return. In true Fever fashion, the second key piece of the offseason puzzle fell seamlessly into place with Lexi Hull, the 26-year-old guard who has grown into one of the most cherished figures in Indianapolis. Although she entered free agency as a restricted free agent, giving Indiana the right to match any external offer, there was never any real doubt about her return. Hull's deep personal and professional ties to the city made her commitment unmistakable. She purchased a home in Indianapolis, launched her own beauty line just days before free agency began, and was preparing for her upcoming wedding. Her roots in the community ran so profoundly deep that only a seismic shift could have pulled her away. When the signing window officially opened, Hull chose not to make a quiet or understated announcement hidden within a press release. Instead, in a moment that perfectly captured the team's culture and camaraderie, she was alongside Caitlin Clark in Augusta, Georgia, attending the Masters golf tournament like two close friends enjoying a weekend together, and confirmed her return through a heartfelt TikTok video that delighted fans and reinforced her enduring bond with both the city and the franchise. What followed was a moment that perfectly captured the spirit of the team: fun, personal, and a genuine reflection of the chemistry that sets this roster apart. While the raw statistics from last season, 7.2 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game, along with an increase in playing time from under 20 minutes to 27 per game in her first full season under head coach Stephanie White, tell part of the story. Anyone who watched Indiana's playoff run understands that Lexi Hull's true value extends far beyond the box score. She brings relentless defensive energy, a high motor, and a stabilizing presence in the locker room when adversity strikes. The Fever were ecstatic to welcome her back. The fan base celebrated her return, and Caitlin Clark, observing the flood of TikTok comments from Augusta, made her next move. In Hull's TikTok comments section, Clark tagged Sophie Cunningham and wrote 4 simple words: "Hey, what's up, White?" A brief message that instantly ignited a frenzy across the WNBA community. For those familiar with Indiana Fever culture, the nickname Tres Leches refers to the fan-adopted moniker for the trio of Clark, Hull, and Cunningham, a combination known for its entertaining chemistry and on-court synergy. Clark wasn't merely expressing hope for Cunningham's return, she was publicly and playfully advocating for it. This gesture carried deeper significance, as it demonstrated Clark's active role in shaping the roster in full view of the world. For several days, this situation added a layer of genuine suspense, leaving fans eagerly anticipating what would happen next. With Sophie Cunningham entering free agency as an unrestricted player, she had the freedom to sign anywhere, and several teams were eager to add her shooting, toughness, and personality. Although the Indiana Fever made their desire to retain her clear, especially with Caitlin Clark's public support, there was still uncertainty until ESPN's Alexa Philippou confirmed that Cunningham had agreed to a 1-year deal to return, reuniting the beloved Tres Leches trio and reaffirming the team's identity and chemistry. With these key culture pieces secured, General Manager Amber Cox turned her attention to the frontcourt issues that nearly derailed the 2025 season, adding 8-year veteran Monique Billings, who averaged 7.3 points and 4.5 rebounds while shooting nearly 48% from the field, providing the versatility to play both power forward and center and giving head coach Stephanie White the flexibility that had previously been missing. Familiarity made the Monique Billings signing feel seamless, as she had already built chemistry with Kelsey Mitchell in the unrivaled Winter League and shared the court with Caitlin Clark during the FIBA qualifying tournament in Puerto Rico in March. When discussing her decision, Billings kept it simple, emphasizing the vision, culture, and fit, while expressing excitement about playing alongside Clark, signaling that no adjustment period would be necessary. The Fever also addressed their backcourt depth by signing Indianapolis native Tyasha Harris, who had previously played under head coach Stephanie White in Connecticut, to serve as a reliable backup point guard behind Clark. Known for her composure and ability to manage games without needing the ball, Harris brings an existing trust with the coaching staff, effectively resolving last season's revolving door of hardship contract guards. Just when it appeared that General Manager Amber Cox had finalized the roster, the Fever made one final, unexpected move that no one anticipated, adding an enforcer the team didn't even realize it needed. This move had the potential to redefine Indiana's defensive identity. On April 13th, the Fever signed Myisha Hines-Allen, a name that carries significant weight across the WNBA. A champion with the Washington Mystics' 2019 title team and a veteran who contributed to the Minnesota Lynx's run to the championship series in 2024, Hines-Allen brings invaluable experience, toughness, and championship DNA that cannot be manufactured. She was added to fulfill a clear and vital role as the team's enforcer, protecting the paint, setting punishing screens, and making opponents uncomfortable in every possession. Her presence alongside Monique Billings and Aaliyah Boston forms a physically imposing frontcourt that few teams in the league are equipped to handle. Speaking about her decision, Hines-Allen emphasized that joining a true contender was her top priority, and Indiana met every criterion. Considering how formidable the roster was already becoming, her reasoning was hard to dispute. As free agency delivered one surprise after another, the excitement only intensified, with draft night poised to bring yet another electrifying moment for Indiana Fever fans as Raven Johnson's anticipated homecoming captured the spotlight. With the 10th overall pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, General Manager Amber Cox selected Raven Johnson, the standout South Carolina point guard, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and finalist for the prestigious Dawn Staley Award, presented annually to the nation's top guard. The moment her name appeared on the video board inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, more than 500 MVP season ticket holders packed into the arena erupted in celebration. From a basketball perspective, the selection is compelling on multiple levels, as Johnson is widely regarded as one of the best defensive guards to emerge from South Carolina's championship-driven program, bringing both elite defensive instincts and a winning pedigree. Perhaps most significantly, she now reunites with her former South Carolina teammate Aaliyah Boston, creating a Gamecocks connection built on familiarity, trust, and an innate understanding of each other's game, intangibles that rarely appear on a stat sheet but prove invaluable in high-pressure fourth-quarter moments. With Johnson added to the backcourt rotation, Indiana gains layers of defensive intensity it previously lacked, ensuring opponents can no longer focus solely on exploiting Caitlin Clark defensively, as every rotation on this roster now possesses the ability to guard effectively. Stepping back, it becomes clear that the Indiana Fever have assembled a remarkably balanced and formidable team. When you break it down piece by piece, the overall picture becomes truly staggering. The Indiana Fever now feature Caitlin Clark, the most electrifying player in the WNBA, returning fully healthy after missing much of the 2025 season, alongside Aaliyah Boston, the 2023 Rookie of the Year, who is eligible under the new CBA's exceptional performance provision for a 3-year max extension starting at $1.19 million. Kelsey Mitchell remains a cornerstone on a Supermax deal after setting a franchise scoring record, while Lexi Hull continues to provide invaluable defensive energy and locker room leadership on a multi-year contract. Sophie Cunningham's return restores the beloved Trace Letch's identity and adds toughness to every lineup. Monique Billings supplies Boston with much-needed frontcourt support, and Tyasha Harris offers experienced and trusted guard depth. Additionally, Myisha Hines-Allen brings championship-tested physicality as an enforcer, and rookie Raven Johnson injects elite defensive brilliance along with South Carolina's winning culture into the rotation, forming a roster that is as balanced as it is formidable. When you examine the financial landscape, the Indiana Fever's situation becomes even more impressive. The team's committed salaries remain well below the $7 million hard cap, leaving more than $5.6 million in available flexibility, which provides the front office with ample room to make additional moves if necessary. This level of cap management reflects not just a strong roster, but a front office operating at an elite level. The betting markets have already taken notice of Indiana's rapid ascent. According to BetMGM, the Fever hold plus 350 odds to win the 2026 WNBA championship, trailing only the Las Vegas Aces at plus 275 and ranking ahead of contenders like the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty. A franchise that was dismissed as a one-player team just a year ago now stands on the brink of becoming the outright favorite to capture the title. Yet, the broader narrative extends beyond the court, as the Fever's resurgence symbolizes a larger transformation within the WNBA itself. Since Caitlin Clark's arrival in Indianapolis, the league has experienced a surge in attention and momentum that would have seemed unimaginable only 2 years ago. Sellout crowds, record-breaking television ratings, and a nationwide conversation about women's basketball have elevated the WNBA to a level of cultural relevance never seen before, with a healthy and fully loaded Caitlin Clark serving as the primary catalyst for this unprecedented growth. What truly distinguishes what Indiana is building, however, is that this is not merely a star-driven narrative. Even without Clark last season, the Fever managed to reach the Final Four of the WNBA playoffs, highlighting the team's depth, coaching excellence, and resilient culture. Under Stephanie White's leadership, the group has developed a strong identity that remains intact regardless of individual absences, and with Clark now healthy and supported by the most talented roster of her career, the team's potential becomes genuinely intimidating for the rest of the league. The Minnesota Lynx are also stacked with talent, setting the stage for a compelling and highly competitive battle at the top of the WNBA. The defending champion Las Vegas Aces enter the season with a chip on their shoulder, while the New York Liberty remain formidable contenders, ensuring that every Indiana Fever matchup against these powerhouses in 2026 will feel less like a routine game and more like a marquee event. With training camp set to open on April 19th and the season tipping off on May 9th against the Dallas Wings, the moment of truth is rapidly approaching. Amid all this excitement, it's important to recognize the architect behind Indiana's transformation, General Manager Amber Cox, whose strategic vision deserves far greater acknowledgement. Her off-season approach was both deliberate and masterful, first securing Kelsey Mitchell to lock in the team's scoring star and signal clear championship ambitions to the league, next retaining Lexi Hull to preserve the culture and maintain the emotional glue that binds the roster, and then bringing back Sophie Cunningham to provide Caitlin Clark with a trusted running mate while honoring the chemistry that fans have come to love. By adding Monique Billings and Tyasha Harris, the Indiana Fever addressed the structural weaknesses that opponents could have exploited again in 2026, while the signing of Myisha Hines-Allen injected championship-level toughness and provided a veteran presence for younger players to learn from. The selection of Raven Johnson in the draft further strengthened the roster, bringing elite defensive energy while also future-proofing the team. Every move made by General Manager Amber Cox carried clear purpose. There was no panic, no overpaying for flashy names that didn't fit the system, and no reactive decisions driven by desperation. Only precise and intelligent roster construction built around a generational talent. Cox's public statement following Kelsey Mitchell's signing was more than simple praise. It was a declaration of intent, emphasizing that for nearly a decade Mitchell had been foundational to the franchise and that securing her return was the highest priority, reflecting a GM with a clear vision. When the general manager, head coach, and franchise superstar are fully aligned on vision, culture, and priorities, it signifies not just a basketball team but a true program. This leads to the defining question of the 2026 WNBA season. Is this Indiana Fever roster capable of winning a championship? The honest answer remains uncertain, as the league is more competitive than ever, with the Las Vegas Aces unwilling to relinquish their dominance, the Minnesota Lynx boasting a formidable core, and the New York Liberty armed with talent across the roster. These challenges are real and formidable, not merely symbolic, yet one undeniable truth remains. A battered and short-handed version of the Indiana Fever nearly reached the WNBA Finals without their best player, showcasing a resilience and competitive spirit that captured the attention of the entire league. Now, with Caitlin Clark fully healthy and surrounded by what is arguably the deepest and most strategically constructed roster in franchise history, the team stands on the brink of discovering its true championship potential. This is no longer a squad built around a single superstar but a complete and balanced unit featuring elite scoring, defensive versatility, veteran leadership, and championship experience, all aligned under the clear vision of General Manager Amber Cox and head coach Stephanie White. The ceiling for this group isn't just high, it may very well be the highest in the entire WNBA, positioning Indiana as a legitimate title contender rather than an underdog story. With training camp opening on April 19th and the regular season tipping off on May 9th, the window of opportunity is both immediate and significant, and the anticipation surrounding this team continues to build with each passing day. Fans, analysts, and betting markets alike are watching closely to see whether this carefully assembled roster can translate promise into a long-awaited championship. If you've been following this incredible journey and share in the excitement, be sure to drop your thoughts in the comments about whether the Fever can capture the 2026 title, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an in-depth breakdown like this one. The WNBA is entering one of the most exciting eras in its history, and the Indiana Fever are right at the center of it all, ready to make a statement that could redefine the league for years to come.